The build you see right here is one of the best case scenarios to build an Intel computer. And here we're using a Core Ultra 7 265KF. And now the reason why I'm making a video about this is because these CPUs are not the best value for money in gaming. We don't have to pretend they are. Even after all the updates and all the improvements which they've made in the BIOS, now they are faster than a Ryzen chip, non-X3D of course, in gaming, but still they are more expensive. A more expensive platform overall than AM5, so they're not worth the buy in terms of strict value for money for gaming, and that's what we cover on the channel, value for money. So I rarely do bring these, if not on the high end, but this one is a more mid-range PC, which I thought came out very well, so I decided to make a video about it. Now, the first reason why it came out so nicely is I think I found the way to basically minimize expenses on a PC like this without making it turn out really bad. Now, the first thing I found out, you may have seen my recent video where I revisited an i9-14900K with DDR4 and found out that if you got some obscure, very high speed DDR4 RAM with very low latency, you could actually beat DDR5 and you could actually match a Ryzen 7 9800X3D with an overclocked 1400K. Well, here I experimented with 6000 MHz CL28 RAM, and not even an expensive kit, it's just some Chinese kit from KingBank, which you can buy on AliExpress for like 150 bucks for 48 gigabytes, so really good value kit, with just a few tweaks. And on a B860 locked motherboard. Now, yes, we did go a bit overboard. I bought ROG Strix motherboard because I thought it would make the build sell better. I'm gonna be honest about it, it's not for other reasons. But via a simple tweak of about an hour in troubleshooting and finding out the right settings, this Core Ultra 7 can actually get, of course, if you do the D2D NGU tweaking and you actually play around with power limits as well as the RAM, you can get 20% free performance, well, it's going to cost you just your labor, out of the same CPU. And also, I found out it is not hard to cool at all. Now, you need a decent cooler, but for example, this Valkyrie V240, which I have here, which I wanted to try out, it looks nice. It has a little bit of an older look. This can handle the CPU fine. In Firestrike, we peaked at 60 degrees. Now listen, Intel, I understand your 13th and 14th gen CPUs were really power hungry, but capping out your CPU so low, that means you're leaving performance on the table. And that's why if you go in the BIOS and unlock a few things, change a few settings, you can actually make the CPU go as high as around 80 degrees on this cooler, make it go at around 250 watts, as you can see by the last 595 score, and you will actually gain the extra performance. Sure, you're trading off the efficiency, and the stock settings are actually great for efficiency, but you are getting great gaming performance by doing that. Now, this build actually is a productivity-oriented build, not a gaming build, so we just went with Samsung SSD and an RTX 5060 Ti, just to fill it up with a cheap deep cooler. I think this has great gaming potential on the side if your main objective is productivity. And I think if you're building something like this, you should definitely not overspend on your only one water cooler, because you don't have to, and also buy the right RAM, which doesn't mean you shouldn't overspend on your RAM, because if you're getting a Z890 motherboard and an 8000 or 9000 DDR5 RAM kit, you are getting your performance out of it. But if you get a 6000 MHz one with very tight timings, they may be cheaper because they're made for Ryzen mainly, and you are gonna get very close to the performance you're looking at with higher speed kits. So this makes for the actual value play you can do. Little bad note about this build, if I really have to make one since we're talking about it, is I really dislike this case. This is the Fractal Design Meshify 3, and it's a case which comes in at over 200 bucks, around 220 bucks, and it is not spacious at all. You don't have space on the bottom for cables because you have this pretty strange ventilation which is meant to channel the air to your GPU, which it works, but it doesn't, like, a direct fan is still better. There's no space for a 360mm only one on top, and they have like some internet software instead of a random standard software, which means on the plus side, you don't have a software in your PC, but if you don't have internet, you cannot change your lighting. And also the back is all made with USB-C type connectors and other things which are meant to be cool and like the latest stuff, but end up just being something I don't like. So do not buy the Fractal Design Meshify 3 if you want to listen to my recommendation. It looks very nice, it has decent build quality, but just this, for example, the cover of the PCIe here, it's plastic, and I think if you pull it off and on 10 times, it's gonna wear out. So all in all, this is just waste of money, but I really like the value for money of the whole PC with the Intel Core Ultra 7, and I think these CPUs, now, with all the updates, the BIOS getting fixed, Intel implementing basically what I was recommending at launch about increasing the D2D and NGU in the BIOS. Basically, it's now a mature platform. I really look forward to what Intel is going to be doing next. I think now they're worth the buy. You can definitely build an Intel PC for productivity. It's actually better than AMD, flat off, but you can also game on it well without, spending weeks trying to tweak it. So it's good, it's pretty good. So with that said, do let me know what you think about the Core Ultra right now in basically the end of 2025. Would you buy something like this? Would you build an Intel PC, or have you? And if you have any other tips, do let me know. And also please let me know in the comments if you think there is a very good value combo which I haven't tested yet on the channel. For example, a weird RAM and CPU combo I should try, or some special motherboard you think I should try. Let me know and I'll do it for you guys. And see you in the next one. Bye bye.